Greetings, mystery lovers, and welcome to I Read the Best Mystery. Let's take a look at You Know Who Killed Me by the prolific Lauren D. Esselman. As always, hit like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for more of the best mysteries, and let me know down in the comments of any great mysteries you'd like me to cover. Of course, there will be no spoilers because I'm not the bad guy here. You Know Who Killed Me is another book in the Amos Walker series. Walker is a private detective based in Detroit, and the title of this book refers to billboards that have sprung up around the city showing Donald Gates, a recently murdered man, along with the caption, "You Know Who Killed Me," a tip line, and a reward. This has brought in more calls than the sheriff's department can handle, so they hire Walker to vet some of the more promising leads. Running these tips down brings Walker into contact with Gates's church, the Ukrainian mob, and the Department of Homeland Security. Now, huge swaths of the story are told through dialogue with little to no attribution or action tags, and your finer writing classes might tell you that you're not supposed to do that, but Esselman makes it work on the strength of that dialogue. It's really a pleasure to read modern characters who sound like they came out of the hard-boiled fiction of Raymond Chandler or Dashiell Hammett. Just to give you an example, it wasn't my first time in that office. The last time, a chief had been sitting behind the plain desk, playing with a set of brass knuckles that hadn't always been used as a paperweight. Last I'd heard, he was wearing an electric anklet in the prison town of Milan. Now, if I may add a personal note, I first became interested in reading Esselman from a short story of his I found in a compilation. I can't remember which one, but I loved his ear for hard-boiled dialogue and thought I'd look into his novels. It turns out I set quite a task for myself. I mentioned earlier that he's prolific. Take a look at that bibliography. In reading this book first, I admit I didn't start at the beginning of Esselman's bibliography, but even though You Know Who Killed Me alludes to events from previous books, the mystery at the center of the narrative is a standalone story, so I enjoyed it just fine. After so many books, Esselman probably figures his readers are familiar with who Amos Walker is. As I read You Know Who Killed Me, I didn't get much of a picture of him. Very little backstory, no physical description, only the notion that this is a world-weary, kind of beaten-up man who soldiers on as a detective because that's what he was born to do. My mind's eye kept picturing an older, bearded man, but it would probably be just as fair to picture Walker being played by an aging Humphrey Bogart or Robert Mitchum. If you've never read Esselman, start at the beginning if you can. However, if the only book you can get your hands on falls in the middle of the list, don't be afraid to start there. A good mystery is a good mystery. If you want to pick up your own copy of You Know Who Killed Me, there's a link in the description. Thanks for listening and stay mysterious.